At some point during the interview process, the topic of pay will come up. Depending on the type of organization, there may not be room for negotiation. For instance, union jobs dictate pay scales. Government positions have classifications with corresponding salary ranges. But for companies that don't have these restrictions, they often ask job candidates their salary expectations. This can be a confronting question. Stay tuned to learn how to deal with the dreaded "what are your salary expectations" question. For the best job search and career advice, please hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Kelly, a career coach and professional development specialist. I've spent the last 2 decades mentoring job seekers through the application process. Today, I'm going to give you some insight into an interview question that strikes fear in the heart of many job candidates. I've worked with thousands of job seekers, and the advice I'm going to give you today has helped many of them answer this same question during interviews, resulting in lucrative salary negotiations and benefit packages. Okay, let's get started. For many of us, we are taught from a young age not to talk about money. Well, when you are searching for a job, more likely than not, money is important to you. However, many of us still shy away from discussing it. It's not realistic to be an ostrich and keep your head buried in the sand. You will have to discuss salary at one point or another. In some cases, salary expectations may be asked on the actual job application. This can be tough because often with online portals, you are prevented from advancing to the next screen if you skip a question. If you can skip the question when filling out the online application, do it. If not, the next best thing to do is write negotiable. Now, in some cases, only a number is accepted. This really backs you into a corner. Let's put the online application on hold for a minute, but I promise we will come back to it. Now, let's pretend you weren't asked about salary on the application. If that is the case, sometimes you will receive a pre-screening call from HR before they start the formal interview process. They might ask you about your salary expectations at this point. The best thing to do is not answer. They are essentially checking to see if you are undervaluing yourself. If you don't know your worth, then they are likely to lose interest as well. They also want to know if your magic number is too high. If you are asking too much and they know they would never pay you that, they won't even bother bringing you in. If you don't answer, chances are good they will bring you in anyway, see if you are worth pursuing. You're probably wondering now, how do I not answer a direct question? If you are pressed for an answer, the best thing to do is to say that you are flexible but would like to get to know the organization better and understand the full scope of the work and its benefits before discussing the details of compensation. Ultimately, conversations about salary are tricky. One thing to keep in mind is never give a specific number. If you say $75,000, that suggests you are unwilling to budge. It is also dangerous to mention a salary range. If you absolutely must give a number, for instance, on an online application, then provide a range. But bear in mind, this is risky because chances are they will offer you the low end of the range, whereas you are probably expecting and hoping for whatever's on the upper end. However you decide to handle this situation, do your research. You need to know the average salary for that job title in that geographic area. Make sure you familiarize yourself with cost of living in the new locale. According to a 2018 study, the average starting salary for an elementary school teacher in Oklahoma was $32,000. However, in New Jersey, the starting salary was $51,000. Why a $19,000 difference? The cost of living is much higher in New Jersey than Oklahoma. Speaking of relocation costs and costs of living, regardless of whether you are offered a salary or whether it's a discussion, there is a lot more to think about than just the money. Some private schools and universities allow dependents to enroll at reduced or sometimes even no cost. A company I worked for paid for my master's degree if I continued to work full-time during my studies and remain on staff for at least 18 months after completing my degree. Many companies offer you discounts on the products they sell, or they give you stock options. These are all things to consider when negotiating and accepting a job offer. Now, having lived in several states and countries, I've relocated and learned about benefits employees receive in addition to salary in a lot of different contexts. If you have a question about relocation or benefits packages, please tell me below. I can actually try to make a video to help you guide you through this journey. I do know it can be particularly difficult, especially if it's the first time you're going through it. I hope these tips help you feel a little bit more comfortable in terms of responding to the salary expectation question. If you would like more information about how to prepare for job interviews, along with a list of the most commonly asked interview questions, there's a link to an interview guide I've written in the description box below. Also, if you're interested in joining a community of job seekers like yourself, I have a Facebook group where I share advice related to all aspects of the job search process and career development. Join the Facebook group also using the link below. If you like this video, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.